Back to the Society Life podcast. Today I have my two fellow coaches, Josh and Michael. Today we're going to be discussing our social circles and how they can influence us in the future. Michael, go ahead, go over a brief introduction about yourself real quick. How did we come to meet? How did you become part of the inner circle?
Good morning, I'm Michael. I've been at the gym here for going on just over 3 years. I met Alex. I was at another local gym here in town. Came into his gym one day, saw he was stronger than me, so I had to show up and get a nice little push from him. Our community in here is it's amazing. I kind of fell into CrossFit accidentally. Coincidentally, I was at a bar late one night. Another local coach in town happened to be working there and told me about CrossFit. The next day, I walked into a gym and it kicked my ass and I got addicted. And then after my first 6 months to a year doing that, I saw how I was being helped and wanted to do the same. I got interested in coaching and tried around with that and gained as much knowledge as I can.
Okay. So then Josh, we met through a friend of a friend. What is your journey until up to this point?
I got introduced to you a little over 6 months ago. I moved to Vegas after getting out of the military about a year ago now. And I was introduced into CrossFit through my best friend, my brother from another mother, Chris. He was into it, and I was still kind of finding myself, and he introduced me into CrossFit, and I was like, this is awesome. And at the time, I was like really deep into MMA, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a fighter. And I discovered I can get a really good workout and like that similar fight or flight feeling, and not get kicked in the head.
Your brother also owned a CrossFit gym too.
You did CrossFit Monterey
up in California. Okay, now Josh, you came to me with the topic of this today, which is building your social circle. I've gotten the names confused a few times. Building your inner circle, social circle.
I think it has many names.
Yeah, I do. Different kind of names.
Well, it works in all aspects of life, professional, fitness, all that kind of stuff. And the CrossFit community already has, pretty much we form our inner circles supernaturally. That's just what the CrossFit community does. We want to take it that step further, and we've all got goals in mind that we want to reach, and we need an inner circle that's like this.
So it was very interesting that you brought it up. Originally, you wanted to have Chris along with us at the same time. What does building a social circle look like for you?
Well, let's talk about the magic of the CrossFit community in general. So as soon as you set foot into a CrossFit gym, especially, I think CrossFit 622 is a great example of it. And you become a part of that community, you've built your social circle tremendously, immediately. And so I think that's the magic of the CrossFit community, is that as soon as you involve yourself, is that circle is there for you. And you have so many resources and people that you're able to approach that you weren't able to before.
Right.
So I don't think there's ever been a more welcoming community that I've ever seen.
Right.
Than the CrossFit community.
Just within the CrossFit community.
Yeah.
I feel like some gyms don't have as strong as a kind of a social community that I've been to in the past or visited in the past. I definitely think that's a reflection of the coaches and the owners there.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But that's also too to carry over for other businesses, not just CrossFit specifically.
I think that reflects leadership too. So if a gym has a good leader, a good owner that's heavily involved, I feel like the community is a lot more involved as well. So if there's, we have a global gym and where an owner is very detached from that, then everybody's kind of detached. So I think that's just a reflection of leadership.
Yeah, their model is a lot different too. There really isn't community-based with
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder. Okay, so what does it look like? Because with community, but there's other forms of building your social circle that can help elevate you to that next level. What does that actually look like, though, from your guys' perspective? What are things?
Well, accountability kind of breeds responsibility. You need to surround yourself with strong people who will encourage you give you good advice and guidance that you're going to need. And that's really one of the best things we can do for ourselves. Those are people you have a strong connection with, people that are going to hold you accountable. And while it's great to get honest opinions and to be held accountable by those people, there's nothing to be gained keeping negative people around you.
Right.
Our inner circle needs to be strong and positive. It also needs to be based on, say, trust, honesty, and respect.
Mm-hmm.
And that's super important. One example might be fitness-wise. Say you've got a out-of-shape friend. Mm-hmm. This out-of-shape friend's constantly telling you, you work out too much. That's negativity. He's not in your inner circle. He's a close friend, but he's not in that circle. Whereas you go to the gym, say I run in here to you guys and I want to do something stupid, something that's going to kill me. And you guys are like, fuck yeah, let's do that. You guys, if you're not feeling uncomfortable, like say my out of shape friend is, because we have the same goals. Mm-hmm. And that's what you need to surround yourself with, when you want to go somewhere. And that goes for professional life. Just negativity is no way.
It drags down a lot of different people. Yeah. How do you welcome people in your social circle?
How do you welcome people?
And how big is this social circle?
I mean, the social circle can be as big as you want to make it. Mm-hmm. I mean, depending on how many people you want to let into your social circle, how cautious you are with people that you surround yourself with, is up to you. Mm-hmm. And I think starting a social circle, by going off what Mike was saying, is surrounding yourself with people who have a common interest usually. Mm-hmm. Right, so in CrossFit, it's fitness, and it's being outside your comfort zone as far as strength and conditioning goes. Mm-hmm. Right, that's the common interest that a lot of people have. So, you want to get better at that. You want to surround yourself with the people that want to get better at that as well. Mm-hmm. Right, even trying to surround yourself, like what I try to do, I like to surround myself with people who are potentially better than me. I have something I can chase. Mm-hmm. So.
Fitness-wise, or just in general?
In general, actually. I like to surround myself with people who I would seem to be smarter than me, who are more successful than me, or possibly have attributes that I wanted to improve myself. Mm-hmm. So I think that's really important to surround yourself with people that are like-minded, mm-hmm. and that offer attributes that you feel like you're lacking.
Right.
And not only like-minded individuals with the same interests, but ambitious individuals. They don't necessarily have to be, your out-of-shape friend doesn't necessarily have to, have the same interest in you as far as working out goes.
Right.
But however, he does need to be pulling for your success.
Mm-hmm. Ambitious within life.
Surrounding yourself with people who are going to build you up.
Right.
You can't change the people around you, but you can change the people around you.
By influence, right?
So what I mean by that is that everyone in your circle may not be pulling for your success. Mm-hmm. And people who are ambitious and put forward that extra effort necessary to achieve the goals they're looking for tend to make those people who are not ambitious very uncomfortable.
So what do we do when we have somebody within that circle that's not pulling for the other person's success, and that's more about them rather than the actual?
You gotta push yourself away. That's in relationships, that's friends, that's you could have a buddy, say you guys are working the same job and he gets a promotion and you don't. Mm-hmm. You can't get mad at him and not talk to him, not support him, talk down to him. You want to see your friend succeed, whether he's passing you or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Going off that, you have no room for negativity in a circle, especially when it comes to getting into the closer inner circle. And we were touching on that before this about, I feel like there's multiple rings to the circle, right? There can be a big outer circle of maybe some people that you would associate as acquaintances, and then you have the inner circle that would be your close friends and family. And those are the people that you probably lean on the most, probably come to you the most, and probably help build the most. I forgot where I was going with this.
The rings.
The rings,
That actually makes sense too.
So, going off that, you want to have positive people within the circle, right? And if you have somebody in your circle that's negative all the time, it's contagious.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's just contagious, and you don't want to keep that around, or you're going to start doubting yourself, even though like you're probably more than capable of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a cancer within the organization. We have fired 2 people, coaches and members in the past. So it's just like you said, but it can spread really quickly, and then people start noticing when some person is like acting this way. So it just kind of affects the mood of everybody else, the mood of the room. So yeah, we've fired people in the past for that reason of the negativity and all that too.
You can feel it when somebody's negative.
You can feel it when you enter the room, yeah.
And you can just observe people and like see how they act, and you just know like maybe that's probably somebody you're not trying to associate with.
How do you build one up though that is within your inner circle that is on the track of that, let's just say negativity that's dragging other people down, but you don't necessarily want to push them out of it, but you want to kind of help build them up? How does one actually do that?
All you can do is support them in their success and hope that it's going to reciprocate to you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't change people around you, right?
No, yeah,
you can, but you can change them as far as different people.
Mm-hmm.
So I put a little list together, 5 types of people that you actually want in your circle.
Mm-hmm.
And those 5, I'd say, the first one's the dreamer, the second one's the driver, the motivator, the supporter, and the devil's advocate. So a dreamer's going to help you, dream about your goals.
Mm-hmm.
The driver will then turn those dreams into reality. The motivator will inspire you every step of the way. We've got the supporter, never leave your side. Good times and bad, supporter's always going to be there. And then the devil's advocate, it's going to cut through all the bullshit and tell you what the real deal is.
Look at you coming to this with all your notes.
I'm prepared.
That's pretty good.
Mike did research already.
That's really cool. I've never seen that before.
But it's true. I mean, if you think about those 5, you can probably sit here right now and
you can
kind of pick out.
We have Phil filming us right now. Phil, can you get a
filming us?
Mm-hmm. Phil filming us?
I mean,
it's very useful.
notes.
That really goes off to say that like no machine has only one moving part, right?
Chicken scratch.
So I mean, a whole circle, a whole community is like building off each other, right?
Yeah.
So like it goes back to just having different attributes that you want to improve on yourself that you feel like you don't have but somebody else does, and so you want to keep them around so that they influence you. I think a big part of that is recognizing yourself and reflecting a lot, right? Looking at yourself, like the things that you don't like about yourself, the things that you do like about yourself. Don't be negative to yourself all the time. Like,
Negative self-talk, yeah. Because that can rip you down for yourself,
Exactly.
and then you rip down other people and turn it up.
right? And it's like a slippery slope, right? A snowball effect with that. And I think one of the most important things is be the person you want to be. So be the person that you want to surround yourself with. Like strive for that, right?
I agree.
So like when people are trying to, self-improve, like other people are going to see that.
Now, Josh, let's just use an example real quick, because you've moved around a lot from the military. You came from Monterey to Texas to Vegas. How do you find different circles to immerse yourself in to kind of help you grow spiritually, mentally, physically, all that kind of stuff?
Man, my mom's always said, because I moved around when I was a kid, wow, I make friends everywhere. So
So you're like a social butterfly?
Not at all. Not at all. But I don't think I am, but like sometimes some people think I am, but like I'm really not. Just going around, I just try to reach out to people like across Monterey, and
It's hard.
influenced me to join the military because Monterey is a big military town. So and across Monterey, when I was teaching there and I was an athlete there, we had special operations military always in and out of there, and officers. And I always thought they were badasses, and I looked up to them. So like they influenced me to join the military, like even though they don't realize it.
Yeah.
And then going through the military, I met some of my best friends who were there, and like they're great people. I've met some of the greatest people I've ever met out of the military. It's really just like trial and error. I feel like just going through, and like you gotta meet multiple people.
Right.
Like you gotta meet people that you don't want to associate with, so that you know who you do want to associate with. And I think that's just life. Right? Like anywhere you go, you're going to be a part of a community, a part of a circle of some aspect, unless you're really a hermit.
Right.
And in that case, like I don't feel like that's a healthy habit.
Right. And then you kind of done that yourself. So you went from like high school. Now these different groups though, so you went from high school to, where'd you go after high school?
CSM.
CSN. Well, I mean, like but you're going to different kinds of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, like fitness-wise, talking about community-wise.
Community-wise,
Before I
yeah.
found CrossFit, I had a little circle of friends. All we did to stay in shape was we'd run. We travel. Within all the states around us, we do 5K races and Tough Mudders and Spartans. Every chance we get, we'd be doing 2 or 3 a month, and that's all we did for fitness because that is what we all wanted to do. And like I said, I found out about CrossFit. I got into that community, and that's kind of a real easy community to squeeze into. It screams positivity. Doesn't matter who you are. I've seen, even here, there's everywhere you go, there's very different types of people, and it's amazing. Just the community in here, how it brings these people who you never thought would be in your circle are now in your circle.
Can I, so let's backtrack to your one inner circle when you were filming yourselves jumping off like, what was it, jumping off like cars when they were moving or jumping?
So we had in high school, we used to sell DVDs at school. We had a crew, we called ourselves PDC, Punks Don't Care.
Punks Don't
Punks
Care.
Don't Care. This is pre-Jackass days, where we'd film ourselves, jumping off bridges and, cutting each other open and stitching each other up.
You actually cut yourself open?
No, we had buddies jumping off the bridges, would land on a rock and cut themselves open, so we had to stitch them instead of taking them to the hospital.
Really?
Yeah, we jumped out of trucks and desert shores up in Summerlin, doing 50 into just giant bushes and get stabbed with branches. Like we did dumb shit. It actually kind of ended kind of one of our last ones. We pulled a few pranks at some local fast food chains, which, by the way, I happen to be 86th from the McDonald's at Lake Mead and is it Buffalo? That's another story in itself. But you meet different people, and that was I've been in private schools my whole life, and that was the first year I was in a public school, and it's just different people.
Yeah.
And it's amazing you go like this direction.
Yeah.
I was playing baseball. I went there for baseball. I got in trouble. I got kicked off the baseball team. So then I found BMX because what these guys were into. I started racing BMX, doing all that trick park stuff. And that's it. Snowboarding, got bored with that. Started finding other fitness avenues.
Now, all three of us are probably in agreement that if you wanted to find yourself an inner circle, a good place to start would be a CrossFit gym.
100%.
Absolutely.
And I would say almost anything active like that. It could be.
So not necessarily CrossFit, yeah.
You could join like a running club. There's several local, flag football teams in town. You can go join rugby. There's pretty much anywhere where there's a team, it kind of comes naturally. There's always that negative person. Like we always know who it is, but you're always going to have that. You just push them out a little bit more and tighten that circle. But CrossFit community is the best place I think you can find it.
That's right. You can do sport organizations too. Flag football was really fun.
That was fun.
We had people on that team that are no longer within the community, but it was a good circle of people that were there.
Oh yeah,
that's a lot of fun. What else is there besides sport communities? There's CrossFit.
Well,
even like church communities.
Church communities
are a great example.
100%.
That's again a common interest that everybody has. And I've been a part of a church community in my past before, and they're very welcoming people, and though it's a community that's based on support.
Now, I also think it goes to the leadership of who's running that organization.
Of course, like any organization, in any aspect, it's going to be reflected by leadership.
Right.
So if you have a good leader, good management, then it's going to reflect in that community. So
Yeah, there's definitely environments you can put yourself in to be around positive people. Hanging out at a bar every night, doing nothing. It's not gonna. There might be some happy people there, but it's not gonna put you around positive people who are gonna push you towards your success. So, church is an option. CrossFit's an option. Work. We all don't want to be doing the same thing. In our job for 30, 40 years, we want to work ourselves up the ladder. So.
going off of that, I agree. You got yourself and look at your own inner circle and look at how you are and look at your hobbies, your habits, so to say, right? If your habit is to go to the bar every other night, drink, surrounding yourself with those like-minded people, you're going to be stuck in that.
Stuck in that rut, yeah. So you're gonna want to,
Exactly.
you're gonna follow that habit of just
So,
going and getting.
I believe like that building your circle to what you want it to be starts with yourself.
I agree
So,
with that.
You
Yeah,
need to be the person that you want to surround yourself with.
I agree.
Or strive to be that person.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
I mean, it's been a journey, a life's journey with that. I mean, I've been all over the place. I've met people everywhere, and I feel like I have a bigger circle than I realized. Because I mean, I was stationed in El Paso, Fort Bliss, and I became really good friends with the gym owner that I was going to there. He opened up a bar. He ended up letting me bounce at his bar over there. And basically, if I go back to El Paso, I have friends, I have resources there. So I just think it's really important to recognize that and don't be afraid to talk to people. Right? You gotta, you gotta go through trial. Right? You gotta talk to people. You gotta know who they are, what they can offer, what you can offer them, and have a relationship.
But first, going back to what you said, knowing yourself first.
Yeah, you gotta know yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
And if you don't, probably should experiment and try to find.
I feel like self-reflection is really hard for a lot of people. Like nobody wants to admit they're wrong, and nobody really wants to admit that they have faults. And I think that's a big problem with a lot of people.
Right. I completely agree with that too.
But you don't want to be like too hard on yourself. It goes back to that negativity circle. I was like in the military. We talked about they do a lot of like weird training, but one of them was what was it about? It was about just mental fortitude, about recognizing like patterns and how you act and everything.
Resiliency training.
Yeah, resiliency training. That's what.
Phil, if you want to say something, get closer to the mic over here.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's talking about resiliency training.
Right. Yeah, there's resiliency training, and so you gotta recognize like the holes that or the flaws in your own logic, and it's really easy to get into a spiral, right? So a negativity spiral.
Yeah.
Right. Let's say I got hit recently with a 30-day vacate notice in my house, so I got to find a place to live with 2 other people and 3 dogs right now.
So if anyone listens to this other place, talk to you about
Immediately, I reached out to some people within the community that I know, right? Even here in the CrossFit community, and like they're helping. But like when I got hit with that, it was like an immediate spiral. I was like, I'm homeless.
I don't think you need homeless.
we got you, bro.
That was right where my mind went to.
I don't think you'll be homeless.
But that's the spiral. I had to stop myself, catch myself, and I look at everything from an analytical point of view and an objective point of view, and look at what I can control.
I'm sure my wife would love to have 3 more dogs, 2, 3, cram you guys all in another room.
Well, my house is full because my mom's living with me until December, actually. So I'll move out, bro. I'll be homeless with you.
Homeless is a little dramatic.
We'll do this together,
We're
right?
together, bro. Community, inner circle.
We won't be homeless. We'll have a home. We just won't be, a structured home.
Yeah.
I can build you guys something.
There we go.
I'm not very good at it, but
With dumbbell and block.
I'll let you guys live at the gym.
There we go. We got showers.
We live here
Eat
already
every day.
I think, anyway.
We are here a lot. Okay, so is there anything, or summing this up real quick, building your social circle can help with other different avenues as far as like meeting new friends, building up your success for yourself and for the people around you. You want to have that. Is there anything else that we want to add to this?
I'd say, my closing, be persistent with surrounding yourself with people who bring out the best in you. Be relentless in having a network of people who constantly challenge you as much as you challenge yourself. Remarkable people bring about remarkable people. So build your inner circle. But don't ever stop. Just you have a nice circle doesn't mean you need to stop. Invite more people into your life, grow that circle, and because there's people in your circle that are going to fall off over time. That could be for whatever reason, moving away, accidents, death. You never know. So constantly grow that inner circle. It's super important.
I really like that you came with notes.
Hey,
That's good.
nice to be prepared.
I want to just say that, I mean, building your circle starts with you. You have to be the person that you want to surround yourself with, and I would look out to find people that you think offer something that you don't have, a way that they can influence you. Whether that's, you know, financial success, that's, you know, academic success or athletic success. If you feel like they offer something that you don't have, then keep those people around you, right? Those are motivators. Like, as long as you feel like you can move forward, you can. So I think that's really important, to surround yourself with like-minded people.
I think that's a good spot to end on. Thank you guys for listening. Please leave us a review on iTunes, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Josh, you have an email? Yeah.
I do. I'm part of the 21st century.
That's what I'm trying to get at. If you have any questions, if you have any questions for Josh or Michael, and you see him here at the gym, feel free to stop them and ask them.
Anybody can email me at jnhill111@gmail.com.
I don't think anyone needs to, actually. I don't know why I said that.
My home address, social security number is.
Well, okay then. Thank you guys for listening.
And the most
I had something-
ever.